guys, here we're here in a creative world. I just wanted to show off this little design I came up with today. Kind of based off some old school designs from back in the day, but this little concept here of using the offhand to farm. Just kind of wanted to give you guys a little tutorial about it. We're going to go ahead and jump off of the AFK mode here. Jump back into creative. Alright. And we're in a creative world, so mind my other things there. This is I Kill You. Oh, sorry, I didn't introduce myself. This is I Kill You here, and I'll bring you a little farming tutorial. And this is a little cool wheat design, and probably could be used for a lot of other crops as well as many other things, if use the concept modified a little bit. So I'm going to show you what's going on with it. Okay, let's go. So as you can see, and there are pick up all these things, get them out of the way. We have 9 toiled seal. We have 9 soil blocks here that have been tilled for farming, and of course the minecart system here. Underneath here we have a power drill. We have a power drill here, and this detector rail is very important to the system. As you can see, we have a string here. Every time we walk into the string, we set off a burnout clock, which powers our dropper there to give us some more bone meal. So let me show you guys what's going on here. We also have our chest at the top to feed our dispenser. 2 hoppers. You could really just use one, it would be fine. This is a very simple redstone design. Our burnout clock, torch here, and excuse me, a torch under this block burns this redstone out, and it runs here, which powers the dropper to give us our bone meal. So this is what operates the system here. It's very, very simple. We have a dropper counter, and what happens is let me reset this. What happens is we have 4 non-stackable items in our dropper, and every time, let's see, can we open that? There we go. Every time the minecart hits this detector rail, it turns this off, and when it comes back down, it pulses this dropper, sending 1 item from this dropper to this dropper. So what we're doing is using this comparator to pull the strength. The strength of this power source right here. You know, when we get 4 swords, the strength will be strong enough to reach that. Let me get this out of the way. Repeater, which will fire all these repeaters, all this redstone fire these repeaters, that in turn fires the pistons that are underneath the tilled soil. Excuse me. There we go. This lever is just to test the mechanism. It's not important. So that's what fires the dirt up the tilled soil. So we'll go ahead and fire that up so you can see what it looks like. This is what automatically harvests our wheat, and it lifts up and will go right back down. but it only goes down if we reset this. So as you can see, if I move these swords over here, once this is empty, the comparator tells this torch that it no longer is powered, so the torch comes on, and we put this full tick delay in here, full tick repeater delay into this comparator clock, which is on subtract mode, so it will tick, and we run it through here, and of course this block is to keep it from connecting to this redstone. Fires into here, which will empty this. Now what happens is, and maybe I can demonstrate this to you, we'll put a full stack of wheat in, and when we put the full stack of wheat in, because we have a repeater on the comparator clock at 4 tick delay, it allows 4 items to leave here back into there. So what we've done here is we've created a circuit that allows this to pulse 4 times, emptying this dropper back out once this one is empty. And so we only put, as you can see, 4 here. Every time it's going to be 4. Every time. So that's what our circuit is, and that's what our circuit does. And so we'll put our 4 swords in. So in order for this to fire, we need to drive a minecart over this detector rail 4 times. The reason it's set for 4 is because we're going to start here, plant the seeds coming across once, and then as we come back down, we're going to bone mill. By that time most of them are grown, but you have 2 more just to make sure you don't miss any, and all the while you're going in on the string and turning this, updating this burnout clock, which gives us bone meal. So now the only thing about this is there's a particular way you want to set up your inventory. You obviously don't want redstone, you want bone meal in your offhand, and then every other you want inventory slot you want to be filled up with wheat, and that way you pick nothing up but wheat. Your seed slot will stay full all the time because of the extra seeds, and you will not get bone meal in any other spot, therefore it will refill your offhand every time. Part of the problem that I've ran into is that we actually get more bone meal dispense than we needed. So we can do this, and it will, instead of pulsing it 8 times, it will pulse it 4. Now this is something that's going to have to be experimented with, and I don't know if that's, let's see how many that was. 4, yeah, okay, so 4. Now that could work because once you've come down 4 times, it's not going to you're not going to be using bone meal every time. That's something to be experimented with, but if you just leave it on no ticks or just the standard tick, it will give you plenty of bone meal to do the farm. You'll just waste a little, will despawn as your AFK, and of course your seeds will despawn as your AFK. So we can block by block build this farm if you guys want to, and I'll go ahead and do that now. We want to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Go ahead and put our sticky pistons on top of your block of choice. this will be where the water will go, excuse me. Alright, so we've got it boxed in here. We want to get our dirt out. Dirt. Fill the dirt in. Alright, 9 blocks of dirt on top of the pistons. Get your water out. You don't need a source block every time. You can till your dirt. Alright. We want to get a wall or a landing on where the pistons are. We want to take and get out repeaters and redstone dust, and all these blocks that are underneath your pistons that we placed, we're going to put repeaters on every block, redstone dust on every block. Alright, there's that. We're going to go ahead and come out one more block on each end here. You can fill that in. I have to go ahead and look. Okay, yeah, it's 1 block. Alright, so we come out 1 block wider for the rail, and go ahead and go into your rail section. You want regular rail, you want detector rail, powered rail. So powered rail, regular, and you want that to be a detector, and you put an extra rail up here and it will do this. You come 1 block over and replace that with a powered rail. Get your block of choice back out. Come there and you're going to place a torch on that block powering this. Now down here, of course, you're just going to pull a lever out and that turns the farm on and off basically. At this point, I think, now we might have to go back and fix that in a minute, but at that point I think that we can do that. Get rid of that rail and place a block there. I'm going to go ahead and put string there and a block on top of that. So the torch here underneath, and then a block on top, and then redstone dust, and that will do that clock. Now at this point we can do our ceiling, and I put my bone meal dropper in the middle. So the dropper up like that, and ceiling's not necessary but good for aesthetics. Get a repeater out and then dust along there. At this point you should be able to go ahead and fill in your wall, and you want to come all the way up to here, all the way up, and you can put a door there if you'd like. But you need this wall all the way up so that the bone meal drops down. Alright, so I believe it's that block. Yes. Put a torch on that block, and we can put that back in. Now what you're going to want to do is get your droppers out, and put a dropper there and a dropper there. Let's build this circuit here. Get your comparator out, and let me double check this side. How many blocks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Get our redstone dust. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And repeater. And dust. Now that's that part of the circuit complete. Now we want to place a comparator like that with 1 redstone dust, and we want to come down and put a torch like that. Now we're going to get out a repeater, and we're going to put that repeater on 4 ticks, and we're going to clear out an area right here. Comparator on subtraction mode. Redstone dust all around this, and then we need to come this way. Now that's going to connect, so we're going to take a block there to cut them off, and then finally you can bring your redstone into this block, which will reset this. Now it's not entirely necessary, but I do recommend putting a button on top of this dispenser in case you want to reset it. Now what we want to do is we want to take and we want to add 4 swords or 4 non-stackable items to our system. Now that's all of our blocks. This is all the redstone done, believe it or not. Completed. At this point, all that we need to do is grab some glass. And we need glass over this block too high. And 1, 2. And we can actually, if you want, we can put a lighting block. Let's use glowstone. Put a lighting block here. And that way you're lit. And grab a hopper. And a chest. And you're going to want to fill the chest with bone meal. Fill all of it with bone meal. There we go, filled up with bone meal. Now, that's the farm done. You're going to want to possibly come in here and add a door, and I believe for aesthetic purposes you can close that off. For safety purposes, and add your lever there. So now you're ready to get a mine cart out. I did just do that, didn't I? Put that down. Clear the inventory of junk that you don't need. Your offhand here. And then jump in your cart, open your options, controls, set this setting to a different button. I like to use J.